Hey everybody, it's Bobo the Vulture, and it's time for more Let's Play Tecmo Super Bowl. Happy New Year, everybody! It's New Year's Eve. As I record this, and as it theoretically goes live. I don't know whether or not I got a week off, but I kind of feel like the regular season's supposed to be ending, and yet we are only on week 17. It's alright. I'll probably play both of these games tonight, although one of them will be delayed another week. But yeah, I think it's time for us to complete the road to the playoffs. And we will do that by facing the New York Football Jets, not the New York Football Giants. But let's go ahead and auto-skip through Week 17, even though ours is the first matchup of the week, so it doesn't matter. Let's go ahead and get our game start. Week 17. Forget Week 17. This is strong 17. It's snowing! It's a New Year's miracle! Snowball! And that actually makes sense, regardless of which team. Steve Christie loves it. He's pointing at the snow. This makes perfect sense, regardless of which team is the home team. And we're going to use Steve Christie's inhuman speed to get our way in there. They only got to the 10-yard line. Oh, their running back is Baxter. Meow 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 meow. It's not great news for them. Picked the correct play, and so everything went poorly for the Jets. I mean, obviously things went okay for us. Now, we got to be careful, because of course, we're dealing with Boomer. Good old Boomer Esiason. If it's a guy that you hear talking on national TV now about football, chances are he was pretty good at football at some point in his past. Nice! Got the safety. Metal Smasher lives outside of the city and is half sick, so he's probably not going to go bother doing any festivities. I get that. Traditionally, New Year's Eve has not been a big holiday for me. Personally, I just don't get really that big into festivities and such. I've got plans this particular go around, though, so I'll have to get out and try that. Damn it. Everybody covered it. Thurman Thomas, I think, was open, but didn't have a good angle on him because I decided to run down instead of just sort of scrambling in place for a minute. Oh, I could have done much better than that. Oh, well. Let's let Thurman get us the first down here. Good, good, good. Good job, Thurman Thomas. Now then, let's give our passing game another try here. Whoopsie. Let's give it another go. Things will be fine in the long run. Nobody on read. Let's get outside before anything bad happens. It is snowing, which I believe makes it far more likely that you will fumble the ball. Because it's got snow all over it. Nobody wants to touch that. It's nasty. BB! Oh, man. Out of bounds. Let's try that again. Blue 48 this time. That'll make all the difference in the world. Give it to Thurman Thomas. He will get us the first down yardage. I know, Zerf. It's amazing. Ooh, they did not like that. Surf, soda pop. Everybody's here. Just happen to see the alert. Oh man, you got like a Chromecast or something? You gotta throw it up on your living room? Yeah! I may be watching this on the largest screen of anybody that's watching it as it unfolds. I've got like a I don't know, what is this like? It's somewhere like 45, 50 inch TV, so it is not the biggest of big screen TVs. It's a plasma screen, which means at one point in time it was a very beautiful picture, and now sort of has these weird melty lines that go across it. But you really only notice those in, you know, fields of one really consistent color that you see, you know, almost never, except in things like old video games. Alright, let's try and put the moves on Boomer again. Hey Boomer. Under the mistletoe, which I guess we haven't taken down yet. Oh, I tripped up that time. That's okay, though. Honestly, I am sure that Boomer Esiason would be thankful for us to have a medium screen instead of the amazing screen that we have right now. I'm talking defenses, folks. Man, Cornelius Bennett is going to move up the leaders in sack list here at this rate, which I am perfectly fine with. I hate when you only get just like a couple of yards of recovery, and then the guy just gets completely whammed by like 15 dudes. I mean, it's bad in the sense that you don't get very many yards out of your return, but I also just worry, yeah, that like the guy's just getting completely annihilated. McKellar! Boop. Good job, buddy. I guess I admit I'm following the world of Tecmo Super Bowl a lot more closely than I'm following the world of regular NFL. But I'm under the impression that the NFL actually is in more trouble than usual this season, both because, you know, the president decided he was going to get all in a snit, oh dear, about mandatory patriotism or whatever. So there's that, but then there's also a lot of guys getting hurt, and a lot of different like hits and contacts and things. Thank you, Keith McKellar. I always know I can trust him for that one. If they blitz on that option pass, I know that if I can manage to select Keith McKellar, he's usually going to be able to get. Oh, come on, come on, come on! Ah, you sons of sons! Cancel. And we got 3 minutes left at the half. Nuts! Thought I had him there. Thought I was going to be clever. I was not clever. I lost yardage. Alright, time to get Keith Willis up here in the sack position. Oh, too bad the sack position was not the right position to be in. Happy New Year! Woohoo! It's New Year's in Europe, everybody. I heard that in Australia. See, now the best part about it is, oh dear, this play is already falling apart because I was distracted by New Year's and didn't manage to pick my proper player. Yeah, if I just had a body massage machine, I'm sure that all these guys with just like weary muscles would be in way better shape. Ooh, nice jumping block there. Yeah, take that. My guys have a real bloodlust for Boomer size, and I'm not sure what that's going on. Hey, for some folks, it is the start of a new year already. But I would say I'm doing all right. Hey, it was no good for them. Which is good for me. Excuse me. Now then, what was I saying? Oh yeah, it was a bad year for the for the NFL. I was about to say it was a bad year for the WWF. Great, 1 yard. I can't blame Thurman Thomas for that, though. That he made the catch at all was something extra special. Man, the Jets are crunching down here, aren't they? Crunch, crunch, crunch. I did not catch the World Junior Hockey match between the U.S. and Canada, where Canada blew a 2-0 lead in crappy weather. Typical year, almost go to Super Bowl. We'll go to like, haha, no. Hey, you got, what's his name? The, outdoor hockey is totally a thing. The, it's not in the NHL with the exception of, oh shit, I just did a dive play, I didn't mean to do that. I meant to pull up the menu. Congratulations, you gained some yardage. And it's halftime. Yeah, outdoor hockey is the thing. It's not that much in the NHL, although they do one game every year that's outdoors. They call it the Winter Classic. They had it at Nationals Park a couple years back, actually. That one was fun because I can't remember if they do it every time, but they do like oldie-timey, oldie-fashionedy hockey sweaters for that. And the Nationals ones were kind of cool. They were like a burgundy and navy sort of a thing. Yeah. Sabres. Rock 'em, Sabres. So let's take a look at our first half stats here. Not a well, the snow will totally affect the puck just because it'll totally affect the ice. I mean, you practically need to get the thing cleaned like every half period. All right, let's take a look what's going on here. So yeah, nobody's made really any yards. Jim Kelly has passed for 53 yards. That's just sad. But that's what a snow game's going to be like. Nobody's going to be able to gain any ground. It's just going to be constant. It's going to be constant struggles for short gains. Yeah, totally defensive game. Let's see if we can blow that open. See this discussion of the Grey Cup in the chat. That'll be the championship of the CF. Oh gosh, I was not watching. I was not watching Kelly. That was on me. I was not watching Kelly. I was looking downfield. All right, BB, I need you to catch this. Alright, BB, I needed you to catch that. Let's try it again. You don't have cable? Well, I mean, isn't that the whole point of having... Alright, Andre, I need you to catch this. He gets the job done. First down. Watching streams with Bobo. Yeah, that's true. Catch a sports stream before. I feel like that was a one-time experiment that people weren't that crazy about, so it just sort of went. Well, speaking of non-NFL football news, my preferred live in-person football watching experience, the AFL Arena Football League, lost 2 teams in the offseason and gained 1. The Albany, there's now a team from Albany. I don't actually know what their name is going to be. And that means that pretty much now the Washington Valor will be potentially 4th place in the league because there are now only 4 teams left. The Albany Underdogs. They can't be the underdogs if they play the Valor. Boy, howdy. Yeah, there are rumors that the XFL is coming back. I don't know. Personally, I feel like if arena football could get its act together, they have a really nice presentation. They just don't have any, like, interest generated. If they could figure out a way to generate some interest in it, the product itself is as entertaining to watch as pro football. I mean, it is pro football. The guys are compensated. They just aren't compensated enough that, say, they don't need day jobs, hanging drywall, or working in call centers, or, you know, computer science, whatever it is that they do. Time for round 52, everybody. It's like a blue Christmas. Oh boy, Baxter almost got a first down out of us. That would have been terrible, and will still be terrible. Excuse me. Oh, he just swept right past me. Interesting, all of their run gains are being made by Baxter, not by Johnson, who would appear to be their actual primary running back. He does that just to spite me. Glad I managed to get the dive on him, though. I don't know who you'd have calling those games anymore, though, because I think Jesse the Body Ventura now has a contract with Russia Today. If I'd managed to get that slide off a little bit sooner, I could have taken care of Boomer, but that did not happen. Jets making a real rally here in the second half. But so far it's just yards, it's not turning into points. Of course, they're getting close enough now that they're in field goal range if they decide to try that. Of course, they tried one of those earlier today and it didn't go as well as it could have. Yeah! Put another one on the old sack list for Phil Hansen. Phil the Lariat Hansen. I don't think he's actually a member of the same Hansen family that produced professional wrestler Stan the Lariat Hansen, but I suppose I don't know that. A lot of professional wrestlers have some amount of collegiate or pro football experience. It's because it's a thing that, like, you know, big guys who hit the gym and like to get really strong like to go do. Well, that was no good, depending on your perspective, so let's go ahead and get the ball back. Shoot, Anderson. I overthrew Thurman. That was all Jim Kelly, guys. Do not blame Thurman Thomas for that one. Don't do it. I see you over there in chat thinking about doing it. Nice job, Davis.
First down.
Getting that pass in under pressure. Under pressure. Well, if they can't stop that, maybe I need to keep doing it. They should have been able to stop at that time, but I only got lucky. Let's see if I keep getting lucky. I mean, that's what we're all up all night for. Time for a big running game by Jim Kelly.
Red 24. First down.
I wonder what this is going to do to his QB rating, because we're going to get a lot. We will be able to get a lot of receptions out of this, but they're mostly going to be short gains. After I had so many long bombs earlier in the season.
Blue 43.
Such a dog pile. Take it easy, fellas. Now the Jets trying to slow down the clock here. You make an excellent point, Jets. I should probably be trying to play the game a lot slower now. I juked a little too hard to the sidelines. I just wanted to sort of wiggle just a little there to throw off the guy that was standing right next to me. It's alright, though.
Red 24. Red 24.
I will shock the world and actually run this final play. I wiggled when I should have waggled. You're absolutely right. I didn't mean to mangle or bobble to Finkel Doppel. Let's get an extra point on the board here. No. Good. Good. Except not. Oh, it's a quarter past New Year's somewhere, everybody. Oh, wow, this guy's gonna try and run it all the way back. That's right, it's football! I mean, it's an approximation of football.
Red 24. Red 24.
Oh, boy. It's gonna be really interesting looking for future peoples. How come none of the rest of you noticed that I have a chat overlay and a chat overlay? Let's get rid of that one. I'm gonna guess there was a pop-up one and a regular window capture one. Was that what was happening? Yeah. I hadn't actually refined the new pop-up one, and considering this is 4.3, just fine, perfectly fine with this old school window capture. Anyways, aside of course from the potential for careless whispers. Thank you, Gramheth. That's the voice of me, and the voice of YouTube.
Round 52.
Come back here, you Baxter. An endless struggle happening up here. Still didn't manage to get the first down, though. I'm going to do the unthinkable and not call for blitzing on Boomer Esiason here. I'll still attempt to do that myself. Well, there you go. You guys just have a little round of fisticuffs while the clock counts down. And the game ends. Yay! What was great about this game is that it was snowing, and it doesn't matter who was the home team, because it gets difficult to figure out in this game. Because, theoretically, at Ralph Wilson Stadium or the Meadowlands, totally conceivable they would have had a nice snow bowl. And we can take a look at the yardage again. Passing yardage got back up to a almost respectable level. This is actually a really good game for Jim Kelly. Got a lot of short receptions. Thurman Thomas holding up his end of the bargain too, because while he was not the number one receiver, he got us a lot of very important first downs off of short passes and little tiny runs. Thurman Gadam Thomas. Let's see, does that put us? Nope, that does not. The Cleveland Browns did it, the perfect season. Let's go ahead and skip through the rest of this week. See if any other teams lose and mean that we clinch our division. That's right. In Bizarro NFL, the Cleveland Browns have won 16-0. Have won 16-0. Have a 16-0 record. Division champions, Pittsburgh Steelers. You can go be Pittsburgh Steelers. Pittsburgh Steelers don't matter none. And the Dallas Cowboys have sewn up the NFC East. What's everybody doing sewing up their divisions before us? I guess we have a really competitive division, even though we were pretty dominant. I think we lost one game this year. I think so far we are 15-1. The Atlanta... Oh no! The Red Gun's gonna make it to the playoffs! We have no defense against it! Not the Red Gun! That's interesting. So the 2017 Browns were an 0-16 team. So were the 08 Lions. And both teams went undefeated in preseason. That's... just shows you what those games mean, I guess. In before Bobo Bowl and the Red Gun makes it 28-3 before the half. Woof. Not looking forward to that. Although I still have my strong suspicions that let's take a look at the standings here. That the 49ers will still somehow end up being the NFC champions. Even though they did not clinch their division. The Red Gun did. I still somehow think that San Francisco is going to knock out the Red Gun. But wouldn't that be an ending to this series, folks? Not necessarily the first... I don't believe that was the first loss I had in this series. It was definitely the most crushing loss, just from a spiritual, emotional standpoint. Just, who are these Falcons and what are they doing? Yeah, we're 14-1. So, the NFC West was weird. Yeah, let's take a look at how the NFC West was won. Yeah, it was the Falcons. 49ers, the Saints, and the Los Angeles Rams. I believe these were Los Angeles Rams. They might have been St. Louis Rams, but I think they were the Los Angeles Rams. Let's take a look at their data. It was still LA. And again is LA. 312. Let's go ahead and take a look at the NFL leaders real quick, because we like to. Let's see. Brett Favre! Number 5th in QB rating. Troy Aikman. Number 1. Steve Young. I mean, there were a lot of amazing quarterbacks going around at this time. I was just completely randomly, I was back in my hometown over the weekend. Like last weekend. You know, Yuletides and such. And was walking out of a grocery store. And this is in, like, central southern Virginia. This is not, like, anywhere near Pennsylvania, but I saw this guy and his son walking out with Eagle sweatshirts on and talking about how amazing Randall Cunningham was. And I wanted to stop him and be like, oh man, Randall Cunningham, he was a real scrambler too. But I did not want to get involved in all that either. Okay, number 7. We're just off the top page of QBs. So happy I've been drunk all year. Ah yes, this is our European and farther across the globe friends who are able to use the small duration of their year in order to make incredible statements. Honestly, it's times like these that you really have to envy comedians in Australia, because they get first crack at all of those New Year's jokes. I saw one comedian this year saying that they followed Phil Collins' tweet advice and put on In the Air Tonight a couple of minutes before New Year's. That the drum break hit at New Year's, and that the portal to another dimension opened. A hellmouth just opened up, and demonic Phil Collins has hopped out. Started chewing up the world. So we're all doomed. Let's take a look at our receivers here. Who's number 1 at receiving yards? Yeah. Although Don Beebe is up there. And Andre Reed is up there too. I mean, neither one is, you know, neither one of them is poor in that case. You haven't been at work or taken a shower. You're just having a really pathetic year. The NFL's leading rushers. Thurman Thomas, yeah. He's not going to crack into the, he's not going to crack number 1. He's not going to make it back up even. But he is the NFL's leading scorer. I'm almost positive. And yeah. Nobody's going to take that title from him in the final week. So Thurman Thomas, the NFL's leading scorer. And what about our leaders in sack? Yeah, nobody's taking Cornelius Bennett's 29 sacks. I mean, that's just fantastic. These are beautiful statistics from a team. Take a look at team rankings. No, yeah, team rankings. We are the number 1 defense in the NFL. Everyone else is in the 3,000s. We haven't cracked 2,500 in terms of yards given yet. Not the number 1 offense, by a fair crack. Actually, one of the worst offenses in the NFL. That's kind of sad. Thanks, of course, to Thurman Thomas. We have a decent run game, but it's sad to think of the Bills as being such sorry folks. But I tell you what, let's go ahead and call this one an episode for YouTube. When we come back next time, we are going to finish out the regular season. Hopefully, we will sew up our division. We'll get a look at what the brackets are going to be like. Finish it. Then we'll have to come back for another stream a little bit later on, take us through the playoffs, so we know what's happening for Bobo Bowl 3. But until then, this is Bobo the Vulture. This has been Let's Play Tecmo Super Bowl. Thanks very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.